Hello, my loves, and welcome to Create Your Life. My name is Simone Leah, and I am your host. And I am so excited to be here with you guys today. Today, we are talking about my 3 top tips for growing your business in 2024. These are the things that you have to be doing if you want to see phenomenal results. So I'm going to start by telling you guys the 3 top tips, and then we're going to dive right in. So tip number 1 is know your numbers. Number 2, know your strategies. And number 3, take action. So let's dive right in today, guys. So tip number 1 is knowing your numbers. What numbers am I talking about? I'm talking all of the numbers. If you want to see phenomenal results, you've got to know all your numbers. So if your business is running along and you know roughly what you're making and roughly what you're spending, that's really great. But if you want to really times your growth, you need to know the numbers that are going to move the needle forward, that are going to get things moving. And this can even include your personal time. I would definitely add that number in. You want to know that you're spending at least 50% of your time on revenue generating activities. So that's an important number as well. But the number 1 things that I would look at is what are your strategies for growth? And what numbers relate to that? So we're going to start by knowing our current numbers, and then we're going to have the strategies that are going to expand those numbers. So for example, if you're someone who's really into organic growth on Instagram, then you're going to need to know your numbers around where you're at on all of your social media channels, Instagram in particular, if that's your main one. But if you're doing organic growth, you probably have a couple. You probably have Facebook as well. Maybe you've got LinkedIn. Know your numbers and know where you want that to grow to is a start. So for example, if you want to get an extra 5,000 followers in a year, then you're going to need to approach an extra 100 people a week. So knowing that number is going to be great. So if you want 5,000 followers in a year on Instagram, you're going to want to connect with 100 people a week. Now that connection to 100 people, 100 people might not connect back. So you might need to know that out of every 2 people you connect with, 1 will connect back. So if you want to grow 100 a week, you might know that you need to connect to 200 a week and you'll end up with 100 new connections, okay? So knowing the number of where you want to go. So you know, okay, I want to have 5,000 followers, new followers on Instagram, 5,000 new followers on LinkedIn, 5,000 new followers on Facebook. What are the numbers that are going to get you that result? So we've said it could be every 2 people you connect with, 1 connects with you back. So that's going to grow you. You need to connect with 200 people a week to grow your Instagram. On LinkedIn, you might have to connect with only 1 person to get 1 follower back. So you might only have to make 1 connection for 1 connection. So in that case, on LinkedIn, you might need to only connect with 100 people a week. And then on Facebook, it might be 1.5. Every 3 people or every amount of people, you might get a certain amount back. So knowing your numbers so that you can grow at that rate is phenomenal. Now, the other number that you want to know behind that is what are the numbers that are going to get you results? So if you know that out of every 100 connections that you make, you're going to have 3 sales, then that's phenomenal. Okay. You know that to get 3 sales, you just have to connect with 100 people. So at the end of the week, you can just go, all right, I've connected with 100 people. That's 3 sales, done. But if you don't know those numbers, how can you create a strategy that grows in alignment with your goals? So understanding that, also understanding your numbers in KPIs, knowing in terms of the KPIs for your organic, for your Facebook group. Say you want to be someone who grows on Facebook and has a Facebook group. What numbers do you need for that Facebook group? How many people do you need going into that Facebook group to get X result that you want for your business? And it's the same with your ads. If you know that for every dollar you spend, you're going to get $2 back, it's really easy to ramp that up as the year goes along to make sure you're hitting your goals. So by knowing these important numbers, it can be life-changing for your business, because a lot of the time we think numbers are scary, numbers are complicated, numbers are hard, but they actually just help us to put a structure into place for what we're trying to do. And another thing about knowing your numbers is you don't want to be holding on to things that aren't working. You don't want to be holding on to techniques that aren't working, products that aren't working, softwares that aren't working. So knowing your numbers allows you to adjust as you go. So for example, if you've got some software that you're like, I haven't used that for 6 months, but I'm still paying for that. If you let that go, that releases that attachment to that and gives you more expansion, more space to draw something else back in its place, more abundance, more clients, whatever it is, but the less you can hold on to, the more open you are, the more expanded you are. So knowing your numbers can really allow you to quickly adjust. And one of the things that I would do is make sure that you're not just checking in on those numbers yearly or quarterly or even monthly. Obviously, you want to have a big monthly review, but you also want to be checking in on those numbers weekly. How are you tracking weekly? So that you can adjust and get to the end of the month still able to hit those goals that you've got for your month. So the next part of this is knowing the strategies you're going to use to get those end results. If you're into organic social media marketing, what is your strategy to get out there and get in front of people? Are you looking at your posts that are doing well and growing? Are you actively going out and connecting with people and DMing people? What is it that you're doing, and what are the numbers that apply to that? Come up with a strategy so that you can test, measure, monitor, and refine that and keep moving forward. If you want to grow a Facebook group, what is your strategy for the growth of that Facebook group? And how can you test, measure, and monitor that strategy? And the same thing again with your ads. What are you doing with your ads? What is it that you're wanting to do? What are you growing? Are you split testing things? By having the strategies in place, which is the second tip that I'm suggesting for you guys, it allows you to move and evolve. It allows you to see what's working and see what's not working, and also have a system that you can follow. So if things get hard or you feel a little lost or you're overwhelmed, you already know, okay, this many things need to happen on this day. This many things need to happen on this day. This many things need to happen on this day. And sometimes when we're emotional or we're overwhelmed, having a clear process and strategy just makes things seem so easy. And it's a lot easier to jump in and do things when it's just clearly there in front of you and there's no emotion in it. You're not just going, oh, let's try this. No, this is your strategy. This is what you're committed to trying, and it's what you're committed to doing. So by knowing that, it's easier to take action in the day-to-day life because you've got that plan right there in front of you. And the third tip, guys, is to actually take action and do these things. And having that strategy in place and knowing your numbers allows you to take action, and it allows you to outsource that action when you're ready to. If you know that you need to connect with 100 people a week and that's working to get you X result, then that's easy to train someone else to do once you've got your strategy that's working for you and getting you the result you want. If you know you need to do X amount of ads and spend X amount of money to get X result, and you want to hit a Y goal at the end of the year, then you can work back and know what you need to do and how much you need to spend in ad spend to get that result. So the taking action part is literally the easy part because you've got the strategy, you've got the goals, you've got the numbers. All you need to do is take the action or train someone else to. And having the strategy and the process there makes it so easy for you to bring someone else into your team to maybe take some of that work, to maybe monitor the Facebook group, or to maybe liaise with people in your DMs, or knowing what Facebook posts and Instagram posts are working for you and what's getting you in front of your target audience allows you to know, oh, this is what I need to make more of. This is what I need to do. And having that process where you can just check in with yourself via your numbers every single week, even if it's just a quick 1 hour check-in with your team, checking in with your manager if you have one, but knowing your numbers so that you can adjust for the next week and then the next week and then the next week, so that when you get to the monthly review, you can clearly see how you got the result that you've got. Because if you're looking at this on a long scale of a year and you're not looking at this until the end of the year, you're not test measuring and monitoring, you're not implementing, you don't know what your numbers are, you're not going to get anywhere. But by knowing these things as we go along, it's going to help you to really explode your business in 2024. It's going to help you to be so clear on what you're doing and what you need to do to get the results you want. So this today is such a powerful video, guys. This video, if you write down the notes from this and implement it, it's going to change your life and your business. Literally look for any numbers you can. Literally look for any KPIs that are going to affect your business, your growth, and your revenue. These are the main things you want to look at: growth and revenue. Without customers, you don't have a business because you don't have any revenue. So you really want to be looking at any numbers that relate to these. And looking at those numbers allows you to literally drop anything that's not working. It allows you to put aside the things that aren't working for you, that aren't giving you the return you need. And the same with your time. It allows you to look at your time and go, Okay, well, I'm spending 2 hours on this process and it brings me zero money. Can I speed this process up? Get rid of it or outsource it for less than my hourly rate. Just knowing your numbers and knowing your strategies and processes and then implementing them will give you the data to explode your business in 2024. So guys, I know there's been a lot of info in this one. I'm hoping that I remembered to smile. I just get so into my business brain and so passionate that I just get on a roll and I talk. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video today. Please share it with anyone you know who's wanting to explode their business in 2024, because I know that they're going to get so much value out of this video. And please take the time to connect with me. Connect with me on social media, leave a comment below, or just say hi. I'd love to hear from you, and I so look forward to connecting with you guys again soon.